Hello, welcome back to Lace with Literature.
Your new favorite bookish podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Lexi.
And today we are just catching up. It's
been a little while.
Yeah, we did miss last week, which I'll explain. But yeah, we're going to do our beginning of the month episode that we're, committing to now. So we're going to do our wrap up from February and then our March TBR. So we're excited.
And FYI, this whole episode is probably going to be talking about the Shatter Me series because that's kind of what
I'm so happy.
we're in the depths of.
I'm so excited. Yeah. Well, we need to get into that too. But yeah, so last week we ended up not posting an episode. I'm a busy gal, guys. So the week before last, I was actually...
Emma literally always has plans. Like, finding a day for us to film is honestly hard.
Yeah, I know. And then like, we normally film on like Saturdays, so I have to turn around and post them by Sunday, which we're going to talk about too. But I was in Nashville 2 weeks ago, and then I went to Lexington last weekend. And then I kind of forgot that like I was going to be in Lexington and that like we have to film the pod on Saturday until like a few days before. And I was like, Lexi, I don't think there's going to be, well, we tried to pick a different day like during the week to film and it just wasn't working. So we're like, we're just going to have to miss this week and post next week. So
here we are.
So yeah, that was the other thing. Do you want to get into that little housekeeping before we start the episode?
Yeah, I feel like we might end up changing the day that we upload the podcast because honestly, to film on Saturday and then to upload Sunday is unrealistic. Like, to expect you to edit.
I actually stay up till like 3 a.m. most Saturdays, like trying to edit.
Yeah, and you shouldn't have to do that.
Not very fun.
I don't know why we planned it this way to begin with. Like,
I think we were just too excited.
Yeah, we were like, let's get it up tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think we're going to try next weekend to film 2 episodes to like get ahead per se, and then we're going to change maybe to Friday or Saturday uploads so that you have a full week to edit and get it ready.
So from now on, basically, you guys probably won't notice any difference, but like within the week that it's posted, but our episodes will be posted like the next week, so we'll film a week ahead pretty much. So I'll have a week to edit instead of just overnight.
Yeah, I feel really bad about that.
It's okay.
Because I could never stay up till 3 a.m.
Yeah, I was like,
especially like doing something like editing.
We need to figure something else out with this. Just make it easier because I don't know. I don't want to dread the podcast, like editing and stuff. So I'm glad we're changing that up a little bit. And then we got our brand new setup and now we're at Lexi's house today. So back to our cozy couch vibes.
I didn't even see the DM. I never see our Instagram DMs. I don't know how I miss them, but
I always have to like send them to you if it's something that like you have to reply to. And I'm like, Lexi, look at this. I don't want to open it and then like forget about it.
But somebody had DM'd us on Instagram and was like, oh no, I'm going to miss the couch.
Yeah. Something like it was so comfy and cozy. And I was like,
and that was kind of my fear though with the new setup. I was like, what if people are like, oh, this isn't like a cozy little podcast anymore? Like,
you'll still get that. And then especially when we start our at night episodes, like they're literally gonna be in the bed. So
I can't wait for us to do that. I'm
in
like,
our
really
PJs.
Excited. Yes, and we could play Cards Against Prithian in an at night episode.
Guys, please share us with your friends so we can start this.
Okay, so we're filming this on a Saturday, and we just had book club prior to filming this.
Yeah.
And our book this month was First Time Caller by B.K. Borison, but we ended up playing Cards Against Prithian
because it always reverts to ACOTAR.
We always go back to ACOTAR. Like, it's just, I'm going back to my roots forever and always. And if you have played it, I bought my card deck off of TikTok Shop. And it is so unhinged. Like, the cards are worse than Cards Against Humanity. Like, they're so foul and unhinged.
And the fact that they're, like, about people, like, people that I'm going to say no.
Yeah,
but they're
you kind of know them so well.
So it's, like, about the people that you know so well. And it's, like, it just makes it so much worse.
It's so funny. Like, I've only played it twice. But every time I play it, I'm, like, cackling. Tears, like, running down my face.
Well, it's kind of hard to, like, play it because you need to find people that all have read it. So good thing everyone who was at book club this evening had read it.
There's only 4 of us.
Well, I think that I don't know if anyone else in book club has read the whole series. So those were the 4 that have read it.
Oh gosh, you're right.
So kind of perfect.
So it worked out amazing
for our game purposes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
Okay, so we did choose First Time Caller as the Lace with Lit book club pick, but
Mhm.
also for our personal book
Mhm.
clubs, we kind of like killed two birds with one stone,
Yep.
which
But I'm
was
so
nice.
glad it was that book, especially after our Nocticadia fiasco, is
Oh my
what I'm
gosh, that
calling
was so
it.
problematic. Yeah, this I love First Time Caller. It was my first 5-star of the year, which I'll talk about when we get to our February wrap ups. But I hosted this month's book club, and I didn't like go all out on decor or anything, but I wanted to tell you guys about the goodie bags I made for all the girls because I thought this was my best idea ever.
It's so
So
cute.
at it's like towards the end of the book, the female main character, she finds a list of things that the male main character had been keeping, and it was her favorite things, like just
Right.
things that she's mentioned that she loves, and he writes them down and keeps them in his car. And so on that list was like candies and like foods and things, and I was like, oh my gosh, when I read that I was like, this is gonna be perfect, I'm gonna make a goodie bag for
Yeah.
book club. And so what I did was I took a picture of that page in the book of the list, and like I cropped it and I printed them at work
You like laminated
and I
them.
laminated them and I
They're
hole punched them.
nice.
So I tied the tags to the goodie bags, and inside are three of the items from that list, which were Andy's chocolate mints, pink starburst, and
A
coconut
coconut lip.
chapstick.
Yeah.
So
It's so cute.
everyone got chocolate mints, starburst, and coconut chapstick at book club today.
It's adorable
It is
and
really
just
cute.
very thought out. I don't know, like I wasn't expecting anything, but I saw it. I was like, that's so cute.
Yeah, that was like my little thing. I didn't do like a lot of decor.
It's not like a themed month. I felt
Yeah.
like last month was my birthday. And it was also like Valentine's. Like we obviously had like Christmas. We had Thanksgiving, which
This
I mean,
was kind
yeah.
of sort of like a Valentine book, so I added that heart garland and
Oh,
the heart wreath on the door. Besides that, that's
oh,
really like all I did.
I think it's cute.
Also, I feel like my home decor just kind of fit the vibe and like the color aesthetic of the book. Like I've got like pops of like pink and
Hmm.
terracotta.
Yeah, and the book is pretty like feel good. I
Yeah.
think it is cozy.
Cozy feel good
They're
vibes.
sitting there doing their radio show.
Dude, I
We
love that
we
book.
thought it was gonna be a podcast.
Yeah. So in a few weeks, I think we're gonna let everyone have the whole month of March, right? To read it
Yeah,
before we do like a first time caller episode.
yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so I'll cut the discussion off there because we're gonna have a whole episode where we talk about the book.
Yeah, yeah, we will. We will have a deep dive episode. And are we gonna do a Shatter Me one?
Absolutely.
So we're
Absolutely.
gonna do a Shatter Me deep dive, and especially because there's a new book coming out in April. I think it was like April 15th or something. Watch Me, I think it's called.
Oh, let's backtrack. Last pod episode, I said that I was gonna hopefully be starting Shatter Me. I did, and
Oh,
I'm hooked.
I'm so
So we are both.
happy
Are you finished?
with the whole series.
Yeah.
No, I have like a few books left.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we are both
I'm
in the depths of
halfway
Shatter Me
right.
right now.
Guys, it's so good and it just keeps getting better.
It is really good, and like it's bringing me back
And it's
to
you can
like
read them
middle school all over
fast.
again. Because in middle school is when I was reading all of like the dystopian novels, like Hunger Games, Divergent,
Yeah.
Maze Runner, like all of those iconic book series. That is what Shatter Me is giving, and so I
I
just feel
only
like I'm
have
discovering my love for reading all over again.
I only have one book and one novella left. I'm gonna cry when it's over. That's a big reason I stopped reading because I needed I read obviously first time caller, but I need more 5-star reads so I don't get into a book slump. So like first time
Mm.
caller was really good. So send any of your 5-6 star reads to me because I'm really terrified of getting in a book slump like after this series because it's all I want to read and think about. So
Well,
yeah.
that's a good segue into February wrap up. We've got lots of Shatter Me.
Yes. Okay.
So, what
Start with
books?
start with your February wrap up.
Okay. So in February, I read one, two, three, four. I read 5 books, which is very typical for me. Like 5 books is usually what I read a month. So my first one was Book Lovers. I freaking love that book. I rated it 4 stars. You just can't go wrong with Emily Henry.
It
And
was so good.
that was our book club pick for your birthday.
Yeah.
It was so good. Highly recommend. I feel like we talked about that already a little bit in the
Yeah.
last pod, so I won't dive into that one. My second book I read in February was Knives and Kisses, which is that little like spicy holiday unhinged novella.
We've talked about that too.
I rated it 2 stars.
It was just entertaining.
It was
entertainment.
Pure entertainment, yeah. But like if you really were to dissect it, like it really was not a good book. But if you just need something entertaining to read in like 20 minutes, Knives and Kisses. But I wanted to talk about
unhinged smut.
No, literally, you need to read one.
I'm
Just,
scared.
Like,
I love
so
your stories.
funny.
I'm like,
they're so funny.
I think I'd just be jaw on the floor the whole time.
No, literally, that's exactly what it is, and that's like it's
the best part.
If you ever fear that you're getting into a reading slump, so after Shatter Me, if you're like, crap, I don't want to read, pick one of those up because it will solve all of your reading problems. You're gonna read it so quickly, and you're like, yeah, this is why I read.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But this just reminded me, we just discovered this like 15 minutes ago, that Fable, on their new update, they added new reactions.
Yes. I'm excited.
And I wish that I had the, what the heck did I just read reaction whenever I read Knives and Kisses, because that's the reaction I would have used.
Yeah, if you guys are on Fable, which you should be, they have like the reactions to your book, so you rate it and then it like has an emoji that corresponds with like how the book made you feel. So it's like joyful or sad or scared or whatever.
Yeah, they only had like 5 or something.
Yeah, and
it was slim pickings.
And I probably used like smitten. It was smitten, and with the little heart eye emoji, I probably used that on every one of my reviews. So like there's a bunch more now, so I'm glad to have like more to pick from.
Yeah. I wish I had that. What the heck did I just
more
read?
ways Fable is just top tier, okay?
Dude, my life goal for this podcast is to be sponsored by Fable at some point. Like,
Oh my
imagine if we
gosh.
got a Fable sponsorship.
They should sponsor us.
They should.
We only talk about Fable.
Every episode we have talked about Fable.
Like delete Goodreads, get on
hi,
Fable.
Who wants to collab? Just kidding. But I would love that. Anyways. Okay, and the next one was First Time Caller, which was my first 5-star. I just freaking love this book. Like, I know we just talked about it a little bit. See, I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to sound really redundant whenever we do a deep dive episode on it.
So we love First Time Caller. 5-star.
It was just everything I needed.
Hope you guys are liking it too. Whoever's watching, if you're reading along on Fable with us.
There are a couple people on Fable reading, and somebody, I believe her name is Stephanie, just started reading this morning and started commenting because I have notifications turned on. So anytime that you guys like get on there and make a comment or like react to somebody else's comment, like I try to immediately get on there and respond just to like stay active in the group.
Yeah.
So I keep up with you guys on where you're at on our book club.
When I first started reading it, I was like really adamant. I was like, I'm gonna respond to every chapter and I'm gonna, do all this. And I started to do that. So like the first probably 4 chapters I have comments on. And then I got so immersed. I was like, I couldn't do it at that point. Maybe I'll go back and add some stuff, but like I was so immersed. It was really good, guys.
That's actually what I did. Where I read on my Kindle, I would highlight things as I was reading, like quotes and stuff. And then later when I had the time, I went back and added them into Fable because I didn't feel like stopping each chapter to add like a comment or anything.
Right.
Okay. Do you want to switch off or do you want me to just go through my whole wrap up?
Wait, was that your wrap up or your TBR?
This is my February wrap up, and I have 2 more books.
Okay, I'll go through my wrap up.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, we're switching over to Emma. That way, I'm not yapping for 15 minutes.
No surprise, guys. My whole wrap up is pretty much the Shatter Me series.
This whole episode is going to be Shatter Me because my March TBR, Shatter Me, all the Shatter Me books.
I was going to. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I had my February. I read Shatter Me, Destroy Me, Unravel Me, Fracture Me, Ignite Me. Took a brief pause for Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Restore Me, Unite Me, Find Me, Defy Me, and then Reveal Me. I read February 28th, finished it March 2nd, so I'm probably going to put that in my March. because I
Yeah,
literally started reading it the last day of the
I
month.
think that one of the Shatter Me novellas I finished on March 1st, but I counted it as a March read, so it won't be on my February wrap up.
I don't really want to talk too much about my February books because we're gonna do a deep dive on the Shatter Me series, I think. But every one of them pretty much is rated a 5-star, except for the novellas. They're like 3 and 4 stars, which is phenomenal for a novella.
Yeah.
I have one of the novellas as a 5-star too. So the first
Which
one,
novella?
Warner's, the first one.
Really?
I was begging for that to be a thing. I knew Warner had something going on.
See, I hated Warner in the first book.
I loved him.
So
I knew he was a resand. I knew it. Did you read my review?
No, I didn't.
It's spoilers.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we can put it on the pod right now.
No, let's save it for a deep dive.
But yeah, I did say I started chapter 1 of the novella and saw it was his POV, and I'm thrilled about that. Love the character development, especially from the quote villain. This book kept me hooked. Like I was saying, like, why do I actually like him? I feel bad for him and I want to hear more about him, and I hope there's some development.
So you rated Shatter Me 5 stars?
No, I rated Shatter Me 4.25.
Hmm.
It wasn't fully 5-star for me yet. I had some reservations, and
I
I
did
got
too.
into the series and I was like, oh.
I did too. It was not
inhaling
5-star.
this series.
So I actually still have not rated a book in the series 5-star yet.
I rated Ignite Me 5 stars.
I know I'm going to. That is the book I'm on right now, and I know for a fact that it's going to be 5 stars. Like, I was just talking about this at book club. I don't know if any of you guys ever do this, but you just like start a book and you immediately know it is going to be a 5-star read, and then you don't want to read. Like I don't ever want it to end. So I have not read in like 2 or 3 days actually, because I'm like,
want the series
when
to end.
when I pick it back up again, I'm going to read it all in one setting, and then I'm going to be sad that the book's over, even though I know there are so many books left in the series. I don't know.
I don't know. It felt
That's
like
just,
a
like,
really
my
big
thought
series
process.
until I started reading it, and now I'm like, it's almost over. I can't do it. Okay, yeah. So you're on the 3rd book, and then there's 2 novellas in between there. I'm on the 6th book. I've read 4 of the novellas. So I just have 1 novella left until after this book. I have the book, the novella, and then that new book that's coming out, which is supposed to be,
And that's a book, not a
10 years
novella,
in
right?
the future. I think it's a book. I mean, it better be. It's a whole hardback special edition.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That wouldn't be a novella.
Yeah.
Something I'm loving about the series is that it's making me feel like I'm reading a lot, because there's so many books.
Yeah, it's
you get
really
through
easy
them
to
so
read.
quick, because the way that the author like formatted this series was so brilliant to do a novella in between every single book, because
From
you
other
fly
people's
through it.
POVs. Oh my gosh, they're so good.
I mean, literally brilliant.
Yes.
Every time like you finish a book, and then it's like you get to reward yourself with a quick, easy novella.
Yeah.
And then you get, in each novella you learn something. You get to...
The novellas are purposeful, and I feel like that's how they should be.
Most novellas have no purpose, in my opinion, and these,
that's why I love them.
Yeah.
They're so good. There's actually content. You get them from other POVs, and I love that it's not just character development, FMC, MMC. Like, you get the side characters have their own POVs in the novellas, and you're not even there yet, but one of the side characters has his own POV in the book, like the main book, not just the novella. So it's
Is
like,
it Kenji?
I knew you would freaking love him.
I love
Didn't
Kenji.
I say that last episode we had? Who's Kenji? And now I told you she loves him.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah, I was, because what's his last name? Like
Kishimoto?
Yeah, and I was like, what a name. He's my favorite, actually. I
knew you would freaking love him.
I stan Kenji. He's such a king.
I knew you would love him.
He reminds me of Riddick from Fourth Wing.
What did I tell you?
I love
Riddick
a silly
vibes.
guy.
Warner's giving Reese.
Absolutely.
And
it's like a mashup between all of our favorite series.
It's so good.
Guys, Shatter Me is incredible. I just need you all to know that. It's so good.
I'm so happy she's reading it, guys.
The switch
I
from
last
last episode to now.
trying to hold this in.
This is literally a 2-week change. In 2 weeks, I'm like, and I'm now you. I'm like you last episode where you're like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever.
I can't put it into words. You guys have to read it. If you guys haven't read it, like, what are you doing? It's not even a scary, daunting, hard read. Like, I mean, even like, I feel like maybe ACOTAR might seem scary to people, but it's like,
I think Akatar is way scarier, way more intimidating
to
read than
read.
the Shatter Me
Yeah.
series.
So like even though it looks like a big series, it's so easy to read. Like it's so good. You guys are gonna love it. Just age the characters up. When
That's
the book
what
says
I do.
when the book says she's 17, 1-7, I just go 2-7. She's 27.
She 2-7.
She 2-7.
She's not 1-7.
No. That's what I say in my head.
I'm having a brain fart.
So yeah, I can't really talk that much about my wrap up because they're all Shatter Me books. And then
I feel like we just keep saying we can't talk about anything that we're supposed to be talking about.
well, we're doing
It's gonna be
deep
a short
dives.
episode.
No, it won't. We'll be out of it.
Oh my gosh.
You still have 2 more books. Wait, I do need to hear your thoughts on Highest Bidder. You talked about it a little bit. You said you liked it.
Yes. So the fourth book that I read in February was Highest Bidder, which I had on my TBR. I did really good at sticking to my TBR.
Proud of
Like
you.
the books that I said I was going to read in February, I did. So that's part of the Salacious Players Club series. I loved it. I rated it 4 stars. I think the only book in this series
I wonder
rated
if I
5 was
should-
Praise.
I wonder if I should go back and read it now because I did stop.
I think you should. You would love it. It was another age
And I
gap.
think it's kind of good that I took a break in the series, like if I came back to it, because like
Sorry, I'm like trying to get
I did read
comfortable.
all of the books like in succession, so like I was just like kind of over it at when they stopped getting.
You should use it as a palate cleanser. That's literally what I do. The Salacious Players Club books are just in between
Yeah.
series and other books. It was so good. It was age gap trope, which I love.
It's not normally my thing, but
I kind of like it. Also, the book has like the whole daddy kink in it, and I don't know. I kind of ate it up a little bit. a little bit. Anyways, I loved it. I thought it was a great plot, great storyline. You should read it.
okay, I will.
But for some reason, I'm a little bit nervous for the last book in the series, even though I feel like the whole series has alluded to the last
It's
book.
Madam,
because
right?
yeah, it's gosh, what's her name? Madam King.
Mm-hmm.
She's in every single book.
She's like the
She's
masterclass girl.
She's that girl.
Yeah,
Yeah, and so she gets the last book. Tell me why I'm nervous to read that.
because it's gonna be Madam Kinky.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I don't know. I'm just like, ooh.
I'll read it with you.
Okay, we
about
gotta read
that?
Highest Bidder first.
Because I only have 2 books.
Because the guy in this book is best friends with her. So
Okay.
you get a lot of her in this book, actually.
good, because I will need some character refreshes.
Yeah.
Also, I'll have time to read them because you're gonna be so busy reading Shatter Me series.
Dude, that's there. Aside from Shatter Me, there is only one other book on my March TBR. Literally just one.
Wait, you need to talk about. Can you talk about that? Can you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely can.
You guys.
Wait, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I'm not on my March TBR yet.
Okay. I'll wait.
Yeah, pause. Pump the brakes, Emma.
Pump
Give 'em
the
a little
brakes.
pump.
Is what you said.
Okay, then the last and final book. Wait, last and final. That's the same thing.
Right. You're just really doubling down.
The last and final book that I read in February was Shatter Me. Shocker. Just the first book in the series, and I actually rated it a 3.75 star.
Mm-hmm.
I still really liked it. Like, I've continued the series.
Yeah.
There are just some things. And granted, I feel like the author note really helps you understand the series a bit
Yes.
more. The writing was
I think if you
a little
started to read that
erratic.
series and you skipped the author note, you'd be like, what the F am I reading? And so that's why I made sure that you knew.
and I did going into it.
And everyone on this podcast knows when I read it
Yes.
for you
Yes.
what to expect.
It still was just like a bit much, and also I think this part was my fault.
It very much mellows out, I swear. Oh, I mean, you've gotten.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
mellowing out. Yeah, for sure. But this was my own fault. I listened to the audiobook first.
Mm-mm.
Like, whenever I started Shatter Me, it was because it was a Saturday, and I was,
Yeah.
or maybe it was a Sunday, and I was cleaning the house, but I wanted to start it. So I was like, oh, I'll just
Yeah.
put it on my headphones, and, I'll just listen. That was a trip.
All
Like,
of
you hear her scratch out the words
Right,
in your
it's very
ear, and
loud.
I'm like, it just, I don't know. I would not recommend the audiobook for Shatter Me.
I don't like the girl's voice. She sounds like a 12-year-old.
Yes.
And I don't like that. Like, I get
That
she's
ruined it for
young,
me.
but I didn't like that. It made me feel icky.
Now that there's like
Yeah.
a little bit of romance, I
Yeah.
could not listen to that on
Exactly.
audio. Hearing her squeaky 12-year-old voice, like that's not cool.
Mm-mm. And then the one thing I will audiobook, I've audiobooked the novellas a little bit.
Mm.
And they're mostly all from like male POVs.
Yeah, I could audiobook that, I think.
So I've audiobooked those, which those are fine for me.
Okay, so can you tell me what all of the novellas are, like whose POV they're in? Because
I
the
don't
first
know if I
one,
should. I feel like it's part of the fun.
you think? Okay.
Yeah, because I did get annoyed. I can't tell you that. You're gonna know. You're gonna guess.
Okay.
You already guessed Kenji. If I give you any hints, you'll guess the others. So just enjoy the experience.
Okay, I'm trying. Trying. Maybe I might read that tonight, actually.
You should.
I think I might. I'm gonna do it. Yep.
Decisions are being made here tonight.
Okay, so that was all for my February wrap up. Did you finish yours?
Yeah. Mine was literally almost the entire Shadow Me series, which February is my birth month, so to have such a freaking top tier book read month for my birth month is just phenomenal.
February was just like a great reading month for me.
It has been awesome.
Like,
Chef's kiss.
I feel like I'm starting the year off strong. I say
Right.
this. Watch in 2 weeks, I'm going to be in the biggest reading slump ever.
We can't get into a reading slump. If we get into a reading slump, we're gonna have to like make the podcast just like
Like talking about random crap. Essentially, like what else?
talking about TV shows for a week
Here's
because we
the
can't
thing.
read.
Here's the thing, because Emma is always like, okay, let's start the pod off with like a life update. I literally do nothing. I do nothing.
I feel like I'm a whole different person every week to week.
You are.
I have
You
so much going
you
on.
live so much life every week of your life.
I don't think I'm gonna last very long. I feel so busy. It's not like a flex. I swear.
It's really not, because I feel bad for you.
I feel stressed. It's not as fun as it looks
I
on social media.
genuinely hate being busy.
I do too, but I can't get away from it. I quit my job and I can't get less busy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How is that happening to
the fact
me?
that
I feel like a bowl of water, and every time you empty it out, it just keeps filling up. Like that's how I feel.
Oh, Emma.
That's how I feel. I'm like, I keep digging away at stuff and it just fills right back up. Like I've told Xander that. I'm like, I don't know how to manage this.
That I'm getting anxious thinking about that.
I am
like if that was
anxious.
my life, I think I would cry. I genuinely do nothing. Like, does that make me lame? I don't know.
I wish I did
actually don't
nothing.
care.
No. That's impressive.
If I'm not at work, I'm at home. Or once a month, I'm at book club, which is half the time at my home.
Right.
So, yeah, like my weekends are, the routine is that Saturdays are rot day. Well, it depends. I take one day for a rot day and one day for a clean reset day. It depends. Sometimes that's a Saturday, sometimes it's a Sunday, but that's just the routine. I work all day, during the week.
Yeah.
So that's my routine. I just go to work, I sleep, I rot, I clean, and I go to work again.
My biggest thing is like my evenings in the week are like busy, even though I'm not working. I have class 3 days a week now, which is like, and they're 3-hour long classes, which is like a big time commitment. So like,
Dude,
that really messes with me. Like I don't know. You would kind of think that like, since it's like a flight school, you would kind of think they wouldn't do that so that you have more time to fly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that I think I had a semester in college where they called it block, but in those block classes, they were like 2 and 3 hours long, and they were at night. So I was on
All
campus.
of my classes are like that since
night
I've
for
started
hours.
college, and they're at night. I don't get home till like 9 p.m.
That's what time I think my classes ran to. Oh, I remember actually, 6:15 to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
That was the block schedule classes I had in college.
Mine are like 6 to 8:30, and then like they run over or whatever. I don't get home till 9.
That's why I never see you or talk to you, because you also hate texting, I feel like.
I don't. It's just
Like-
I have. Have you seen my phone be blowing
Oh.
up during these pods? Like so many people text me and talk to me. Like I don't have the time, like to reply. Like
How many text messages do you have currently? Emma has 181
I've
unread
cleared
texts.
out a lot of them. I had over 300 at one point. I'm a busy gal.
See, I approximately at any given time have 0 unread text messages.
I'll get.
We
them
live
out.
such opposite lives, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, and I think that's really funny. We're kind of like complete opposites.
I'm so busy. I've tried to clear out my schedule. It's like my biggest pitfall right now.
I think that that's something I actually really enjoy about our podcast is like this is like the one thing that adds a little bit of variety to my week. Like this is like this is like the one thing I do.
You know what I enjoy? This is the one thing that slows me down, forces me to sit down and talk and just
Mm.
like
Get
not think
things off
about
your chest.
anything besides this and books and things that I actually truly enjoy. So, yeah.
Period. I love that.
Yeah. And then the other thing is like I'm so busy and then like I barely even get to see Xander anymore. So he'll work like 12-hour shifts. He'll work like 7 to 7 p.m. Then I go to class at 6. And then I don't get home till around 9. And then
Mm.
I try to do like nightly resets. I'm trying to get my life together right now. That's like my big thing right now. I'm like clearing out my schedule, getting my life together. It's funny because I'm so busy, but I feel lazy. Like I feel like I don't keep up with things I need to be keeping up with. Like I mean, yes, my house is normally pretty clean, but like I don't feel like I've been keeping up with it well. Like I feel like it's always getting away from me and I get stressed about it. It's like I'm trying to stay on top of things and then like I'm just trying to stay on top of like myself too, just like trying to work out more, just trying to make healthier choices for myself. So like I don't know, I'm just trying to get my life together a little bit. That's what I'm working on. But it's also I can be less stressed.
Mm.
Yeah. It's
I
a
love
lot.
how I just stay stressed and I just work and go home.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'm getting
I think I'm
messages.
chronically stressed actually. Have you guys noticed that about me? Probably. Dude, dude, this is so embarrassing. Like, I just don't know why I'm like this. I really don't. We were playing Cards Against Prithian earlier, and I was getting like mega stressed, like trying to choose a card. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I'm like treating it like a big test, and like I can't decide what is the right answer. Like, it's not that serious. It's not that deep. And that's just how I feel about every little decision I have to make in life. Like, it could literally be like, do
Yeah.
you want
What do
like
you want to, for dinner? Is
yeah,
a
like do you
big
want
choice.
cereal or oatmeal for breakfast? And I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm always like, whatever answer I choose, like that's gonna be the wrong one. Like I'm gonna get the bowl of cereal and then I'm gonna be like, dang, I wish I would have got oatmeal.
I'm like that with food for sure.
That's just like that's just my brain always. Anyways.
But yeah, another little update for me. It's not actually little, but it's a lot. I I'm in flight training obviously, and I'm working on like this rating, and I do this. This is so off topic for our pod, so I'm sorry, but I do a school. It's called like Part 141, which basically means like we follow a syllabus, and it's like you have to pass a lesson to get to the next one, pretty much. Is how we do things. So in between like all of your flight certificates, ratings, whatever you want to call them, you have about like 3 big tests. Like they're hard. They're way harder than your actual check ride that you get to at the end to like get your license, but it's like it sets you up so like you get to your check ride and you're like this is easy. You know what I mean? Like it's nice in that aspect, but they are difficult. So I have been working my butt off this week, been studying really hard to pass my last few lessons, and I'm up for a stage check right now, which is like one of my big tests. So, and I've been doing a lot of work. So I really just need to study my butt off. Like it's pretty hefty. So, hopefully soon I'll be an instrument rated pilot, guys. I'm getting closer.
I believe in you. You can do this. Girl boss.
Yeah, it's a lot. So that's another reason I've been like really stressed and I need to have some more time to edit the podcast. Because I have a lot of other stuff going on. So
And you're getting married soon.
yeah, I am.
I'm
That's
sure,
crazy.
dude. I don't know that I've ever been more stressed than I was when wedding planning. I despised wedding planning.
I'm really stressed about it, but also at the same time, I'm so type A, which this is like crazy. I'm just like, I'm at the point where I don't care. Just do whatever's easiest, whatever's cheapest, easiest. I don't care. Just do it. Figure it out. I hired a wedding coordinator and I'm like, I can't handle this right now. I can't think about it. I have other stuff going on right
I
now.
got like that towards the end. I got to the point where I just didn't care. I was like, you know what? As long as I end up married at the end of this day, whatever.
I mean, yeah, as long as I get good pictures in my dress with Xander, that's all I care about, really.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, it'll be fine. I don't
Mm,
even care. I compromised on a lot of stuff, and it's like I don't think it's stuff I'm gonna like regret. I literally truly just want to enjoy it at this point. I'm tired of stressing.
yeah.
I have other things to stress about. It's all that money and all this effort and time just for one single day that you barely remember because I'm sure you just like black out that whole day. I'm sure you do.
You're 100% right. I don't regret having a wedding at all, but if, like, knowing what I know now, if I could go back and change it, I would have saved all of that money and put it towards a honeymoon. I would have eloped. I would not have
Yeah.
had a wedding. Um, yeah, just so much money, time, stress, all of that goes into wedding planning for one freaking day.
Yeah.
One day. And like you're feeling so many things that like you're right, you kind of do just black out the whole day.
Yeah.
And it's like you
And
could have spent all of that money on like an incredible like worldwide trip for a honeymoon.
right.
Like yeah, I think I would have eloped if I could go back. But
Yeah.
I loved our wedding
If
day.
I could start over with planning, I would have it way smaller as well. But I feel like kind of as much as people say it's about you and stuff,
It's
just
not.
the way I am and everything, it's not about you. I mean, like, you're paying all this money for food for like your guests. You're wanting all these decorations pretty much like for your guests. Like, you're trying to make everyone else happy
Mm-hmm.
and do all these things for everyone else. So, like,
And then you have to like take into consideration like family
yeah,
and like seating charts.
who's
Like
sitting next to
who's gonna
them?
be sitting with who has beef, who won't get along, who's
Right.
gonna start drama. Like it is a whole fiasco where you are just thinking about
You don't
other
want to hurt
people.
anyone's feelings. You want to make sure everyone's happy.
Like you and your feelings are pretty much the last thing that you think about
Right.
when planning a wedding.
Yeah, and like, I mean, as if I don't already struggle with putting everyone else above me, like, that like I don't know. I'm at the point I'm like the wedding's not even about me, so I'm like I don't care whatever is gonna make you guys happy, just do that.
Oh,
Like
I hate that.
I mean like
That's so
I
sad.
because it'll make me less stressed for you to just do what makes you happy and I can just enjoy the day. Like I just want to I literally told my coordinator when we met with her for the first time, she's like, "What is like your must have for the wedding? Like this one thing just has to be done." All this stuff. I said I don't care if people are upset. I don't want to know. I said I just want to have a good day, go through it, enjoy myself. I if there's any beef, please like hide it from me. Like I don't care. Don't tell me about it. And I told
Mm-hmm.
her I'm so type A too. So like normally if there's a problem, I have to do everything myself. Like I'm the only one who can fix things for whatever reason. And I literally told her I was like if there's an issue, unless it is absolutely major,
Don't
fix
tell
it.
me.
Fix it. Don't tell me. Maybe tell me a week after. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just don't tell me. Like if the flowers don't stand up straight, just figure it out. I don't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Because then I'll be thinking about it the whole time, you
You won't be
know?
able to enjoy
I
your
just
day.
want to enjoy myself. That is like my main thing. So I'm like, I'm at the point where I'm like, just do whatever's going to make you guys happy. I have my dress. I know what the theme is. Like, I have flowers picked out. I'm going to do the big things that I want to be there. Like, all the little details that I have planned out, I'm going to do. But I'm literally like, I don't even care what we have for catering. I don't care.
Dude, that
I'm
was
not
me.
even
I
going to
did
get
not
to eat
care
my
about the
food.
food.
Like, I don't care. I'm like, I'll probably like get to eat, but am I gonna remember it? No. I feel like sometimes when I get too excited or I'm really busy and I eat, even my body forgets that I ate. Like I'm hungry like right after the event is over because like
Colton
you
was
forget
so
that you ate.
Colton was so nervous to be up in front of people.
Yeah.
He could not even eat the dinner. It
Oh,
literally sat in front of him. He was so sick. Like he just was he's like me. We're just both so like socially
like whole
anxious.
bodies and yeah.
Yeah, like he couldn't even eat his dinner. I mean, I did, I ain't gonna turn down no food. But yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, really fun wedding planning talk. You guys will probably see some stuff on the social media on the
I
pod.
was gonna say something and then I forgot. Oh, it was about your wedding. Okay, so I discovered you probably already know about this website. Um, because you have such a great sense of fashion. I don't. There's this website called Newly.
Yeah, with when you can rent stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna do for your wedding.
You're not the only
So,
person who's doing that. I've had other people send me like dresses and stuff.
oh my gosh, what if I end up in the same? Well, no,
No, I think I
you're
don't
right.
know.
Okay.
You won't.
So yeah, I'm gonna just sign up for Newly for a month and then I'm gonna cancel my subscription because it sounds like a lot, but honestly, it's a great deal. So it's like $99 a month, so $100 a month, which I can't afford, but for a
For
one-time event,
event, yeah.
absolutely, that's like doable. you get to rent 6 clothing items, and they're all like luxury name brands. Like they are
I
beautiful
think that's
pieces.
100% worth it.
100%.
I've seen people go to like New York Fashion Week and they like will do that. They'll like rent off Nuuly and then just return everything. I'm like, yeah, that's so smart.
Yes. So they send you 6 pieces of your
Honestly, I should
choosing.
do that for the honeymoon. Just get some cute dresses
Dude,
and
I'm
stuff.
gonna do that for our vacation too. Like, I might just start using Nuuly for like special events.
Right.
Because you can order things like the same piece in multiple sizes if you're worried about it not fitting, or you can get 6 totally different pieces. So that's what I'm doing for your wedding. I have 3 dresses picked out. So I think I'm gonna do that, and then maybe just like 3 other fun
I'm
clothing
so
pieces just to
excited.
wear that month.
I'm so excited for everyone's outfits. Everyone's gonna look so good. People have like sent me outfits to like be like, oh, you think this is okay? And they're so good, all of them.
I have no idea what Colton's gonna wear because he only owns a black suit. Like,
Did you guys buy or rent his wedding suit?
rent.
Oh,
Because
I was
that
gonna
would have
say,
been
that'd be
perfect.
perfect.
That literally would have been perfect if we rented
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So I need
mean,
to figure out what he's doing.
Maybe you could just rent one again.
It's the same price to just buy one.
Oh,
You can literally buy one
there's
for the price of a rental.
Anyway. So
I'm so excited about that. I'm gonna be using Nuuly for your wedding month, and then probably for vacation in July.
That's really smart.
Right? Because think about it.
Yeah.
If you went out and bought 6 new clothing items, that would be way more than $100, and they would not be luxury name brand.
Yeah.
And I feel like half the time, like if I were to go purchase a dress for your wedding, I would probably never wear it again until another special event popped up.
Right.
You know, so it's like you spend all that money on a one-time use,
Yeah.
or you can get several pieces for a one-time use and just send it
Mhm.
back. And they have the option. This sounds like an ad. I swear this is not an ad. Okay, like I wish it was.
We get so invested in certain things, and we just talk about it, like,
I feel like we would be a great platform to have ads because
right, because we're
get
actually genuinely invested in these things.
yeah. But if when your rentals come in and you love a piece, you can actually just purchase it. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
They let you purchase the items.
That's nice too.
Yeah. Okay, so should we move on to the March TBR?
Yes.
46 minutes in.
Yes, we should. Well, so my March TBR, I have to kind of rethink a little bit. I get these like reading plans in my head, and then like a book comes by and just takes me by storm, which
That
is the
always happens
Shatter
to
Me
me.
series. So like I really wanted to start. There's a few series in mind that I want to start, and I honestly think it's gonna take me reading the first few pages of each of the books and see like what I land on.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do that all the time.
right now, my plan is to finish the Shatter Me series. And then hold on. I want to read Manacled. We talked about it already.
You really do keep talking about this. Like, I think you need to read it this month.
I just haven't like started it because like I've just been busy with other books and things. So I want to read Manacled, especially with my new Kindle. And then I want to start a series. I don't know which one yet. I have a bunch.
Okay, what are the contenders?
I know like the Zodiac Academy series has been on there for a while. There's that book you told me to read,
Throne of the Fallen.
because actually I'm pretty interested in that now. A big part of me really wants to get back into thrillers, but we just picked our new book club book for next month.
And it's a thriller.
I
actually already forgot what it's
I don't
called.
remember the name. I mean,
it's a brand spanking new book. Like it literally just came out a couple days ago.
So I'm excited about that. And like if you guys like Lace with Lit Book Club wants to do any sort of thriller or like a different genre or whatever, let us know. This is Count My Lies by Sophie Stava. I think Stava. But
it sounded so interesting when Lauren was like explaining what it was about.
Actually, like I hate these kind of people in real life. But I love like the like liars in the books. Like it's just I'm living for the drama.
It makes
same thing with like
TV
shows. I'm like, oh my god.
Like Tell Me Lies, that TV show. I ate that up. I would never associate myself with any of those people though.
No.
Like it was such good entertainment.
But like I'm sweating because it stresses me out so much that you're lying about this stuff. Like you are not getting away with that. And then like to watch, it's just so entertaining. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It really does like get you going, like your heart rate up. I'm like, oh. So I'm excited about this. So she's like a pathological liar pretty much. So there is some thrillers. I could go the thriller route. Who knows, guys? I'll post it on
You have a very
our
open-ended
Instagram.
TBR
It's
for the
I
month.
have a lot of books to read, but like just I don't know. Unless one of them starts calling my name, I'm not gonna pick it up. So like Shatter Me had been like calling my name for a while.
Yeah. So the Shatter Me series is essentially the only thing on my March TBR.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna finish the whole
Oh,
series in March. Like
totally
that'll
forgot about that other book
definitely,
we need to get into.
yeah. So the Shatter Me series will definitely be continued into April for me at least. But aside from that series, I have one book on my March TBR, and it is 100% getting read, and it
This
is in.
is this is what makes me I'm so sad, you guys.
I'm sad for you.
I'm so sad.
So I got the arc of The Rivaled Crown by Holly Renee. And I actually got the arc of the second book in that series, which was The Hunted Heir. I got that last year. I think it was in
I
July.
am so active in every one of her Facebook
Emma, I'm telling
groups.
you, one of your links didn't work. Lauren, so Holly Renee's personal assistant, Lauren, that does all of her social media stuff, Lauren said that if you signed up for an arc for The Rivaled Crown, that you would 100% get it unless your links did not work, because she had to be able to confirm
I
that you
wish they
read
just
both of the
told
books.
me and I would have just sent them another link. I'm
Yeah,
like actually so
she made a
sad.
whole post saying that like
I didn't
people
see
keep messaging
that.
me asking why they didn't get the arc, and she's like, I'm telling you, so many of your all's links were like, she called them broken links, like they did not take you to your Goodreads review. And so she's like, if I can't confirm that you didn't read
It
or that
might
you.
have also been because like when you signed up for it, like Fable wasn't an option.
Mm,
I put it on Fable and I had to do like other and hit Fable. So maybe it's because it was
oh,
on Fable or something. Did you put a
maybe
Goodreads review on there?
I did, because I was on Goodreads whenever I read The Veiled Kingdom and when I read The Hunted Heir.
I put my Fable review on there, and that's probably why.
You think?
It's probably because she doesn't like have
She
Fable or take
doesn't.
Fable
I don't
somehow.
think they use Fable, because when these arcs went
Darn
out,
it! I'm so silly.
she, what am I trying to say? Oh, so we obviously have to submit reviews for the books. Like that's part of like getting an arc, you do have to submit a review. And so it has to be submitted on Goodreads. Like obviously I'm going to post one on Fable too, but I have to get on Goodreads again to submit my review.
That's probably why. I think we cracked the code. I'm
You
really
figured it
sad.
out. Yeah, I texted Emma whenever I got the email saying, "Congrats! Like you're getting
I was
the Rivaled
driving. I was
Crown
like, I'm about
arc."
to wreck this car right now. Are you kidding me?
I was like, "Oh, Emma, like just give it time. Like you'll probably get one." She didn't. Emma's fuming that I get to
I've
read
been
it. She
waiting
doesn't.
for it. I've been
You have to
waiting
wait two
for
weeks,
it.
and I'm 100% gonna have it read by then. But you told me not to even tell you if I like
Yeah,
it or
I
not.
was like, Lexi, don't even talk to me about it. We'll talk about it after I read it. And we'll just pretend you just read it too.
Okay, yeah, that'll
I'm gonna
happen.
have to like read a phenomenal series and just be like not even thinking about it.
So people have already finished it on the Facebook group and are saying that they loved it, rated it 5 stars, that it's
Oh,
incredible. Like this, every.
well, I hope she took all the critiques from the Hunted Heir.
So I think
She better
Lauren,
have.
her
I'm
personal
really just
assistant.
hoping in my heart that she only did that book just to like buy her time to set up for a even more phenomenal book. That's all I'm saying.
That's what it's being hyped up to be.
It better freaking
Because
be.
Lauren, her personal assistant, said on the Facebook group, which if you guys are a Holly Renee fan, you need to be on her Facebook group. It's called Holly's Little Traders. That's like where you can sign up for arcs and things of her books. But Lauren said that in her personal opinion, and somebody else who helped work on the book, that this is Holly's like strongest work to date. Like it's her best book. And I'm like, if you think that this book is better than The Veiled Kingdom, like sign me up. I cannot wait to read this, because The Veiled Kingdom, amazing. Absolutely not. I would not change anything about that book. Sorry, am I rubbing this in your face?
I also need to finish Onyx Storm. I think I will do that soon.
Yeah, but don't force yourself because you want to enjoy
No,
it.
I think I will do that soon though. I think I'm getting back to it. We'll see.
So, anyways, that arc, I downloaded it and sent it to my Kindle last night, but I'm currently reading Ignite Me. So after I finish this book, I'm going to go straight into The Rivaled Crown, and then I'm going to go back into Shatter Me and read all of those books. That's kind of like my March plan.
Yeah.
That's all that I have on the plan.
So pretty open. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. I mean, yours isn't that open. Yours is Shadow Me series, so you're gonna be booked and busy.
That should be our slogan. We're
Booked and busy.
booked and busy. Well,
Well,
I'm booked, you're busy.
perfect. I'm
That's
both. Oh,
Oh my gosh, okay. This is so erratic, this podcast. I just keep thinking of things. We need to go back to talking about the pod setup, the new setup, because we need to mention the whole debacle with the chairs.
you
And what
guys.
happened after we filmed our first episode.
So we have this new setup. It's beautiful. It's lovely. We're obsessed with it, right?
It's gorgeous.
And I'm like, yeah, I have nowhere for these pink chairs to go in my home. So I'm like, we're gonna have to like put them up in the attic in between like the podcast. So it's just one more step for setup, but it's fine. Like we love the chairs.
You store a lot of things in your attic. Like I feel like you go up there pretty frequently to get things.
Pretty much daily. I go up in my attic, but like it's pretty convenient for me, so that's nice. Because I have a pretty small home, but like it's like a pull down attic and it's like right in my hallway that has like my bedroom and the bathroom and everything. So it's very easy to access. So I just pull it down and sometimes I can just throw stuff up there. I don't even have to like go up the whole ladder. So I was like, yeah, we'll just put the chairs up there. It'll be fine. Guys, my home, I don't know if this is because of this. My home was built in 1947, so it's old.
Yeah.
So I think that my attic is actually more narrow than others.
I was not expecting.
I've never not had anything fit up there.
The chairs don't fit.
I tried every which angle. The chairs don't fit up there.
They don't.
Furthermore, we have to unscrew the legs of the chairs to get them to fit up there, and they still barely fit. So yeah, that's what we're rocking with right now. They are in my attic, but like I don't need to get the drill out every time we have a pod episode and be Bob the Builder in it.
So now we have to build, film, deconstruct, store,
right,
and then edit and then post.
So, I mean, for those of you that still love the couch, there probably still will be times that we're on the couch when we just don't have time to do everything.
Yeah.
Or obviously when we're on Lexi's couch. It's the same couch, so you guys aren't really missing out.
It's the same couch.
It's the same couch.
Yeah, and like on days like today.
And our houses are pretty much the same vibe.
Like, exactly. I mean, we have the same couch. Like, yeah, we have the same vibe.
Yeah.
But on days like today where you were already coming over here for book club, like, it did not make sense for me to drive to your house to film and then for us to come back here to do book club. Yeah, it just didn't make sense. Right. So we were like, the couch is making a comeback. But yeah, I just thought that was funny that like the chairs literally have to be taken apart and rebuilt every time, which... Side tangent, I was like, oh, we can just store the chairs in my car because I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee, so I've got like the big SUV trunk. God, this is ridiculous. This is genuinely ridiculous. There's always something wrong with my car. Like, let's just let that be known. My car has given me so much trouble the past couple years. Like, we've put more money into that than it's even worth, which is why we're trying to get me a new car at some point this year. But I went through the car wash the other day. Like, after all of the snow finally melted and my car literally looked white because it was covered in salt, I was like, I've got to go to the car wash.
We did that. We did a whole wash on my car the other day.
Guys, I come out of the car wash. It's raining. It's raining in my car, and there's no rain clouds in the sky. She can't,
like, go anywhere because you're in a car wash.
Yeah, my car's raining. There's literally water.
Nothing you can do.
Coming from the ceiling in my trunk. But, like, I can see through my trunk, like, where it's an SUV.
That happened to my sister, too, Maddie.
I was so upset. I was like, at this point, I'm just like, it's always something. Like, there's always something going wrong. Like, that I literally just had to laugh about it because I was like, this would happen to me. This would happen.
Do you, like, have stuff in your trunk?
Yeah. I do absolutely have things in my trunk because my car is like a storage unit on wheels.
Yeah.
Which is why I told you, I was like, I really don't care to just keep them stored in my trunk because my car is genuinely a storage unit. Like, just things that I don't have room for in my house or that I just want to get out of the house, I throw in my trunk.
See, and where I'm so busy and go so many places, I can't do that. Like, I have to keep my car cleaned out because I'm constantly having to store things, like, pack things in there to move. And my car surprisingly has a lot of room. So, like, I use my back seat for that. Like, my back seat is always clear. So, if I do need to, like, transport or take things or pack, like, my whole back seat is available. But yeah, anyways, we found like a short-term solution because I didn't feel like
taking my car to the shop and paying a bunch of money to replace the seals, because that's what had happened. Like the seals around my trunk just busted. So Colton got like epoxy and like epoxied them closed. So it's been working. But I feel like that is gonna be like a short-term solution. So I just don't want to put them in my trunk and then the seals bust again and then the chairs get ruined with like nasty rainwater.
I have gave them a bath before.
I'm just
They can survive husband butt.
You're so right. If they can survive that, they can survive anything.
So yeah, the chairs are a situation, but we're still very happy we have them. They work out
Well, next
really
weekend we're
well.
gonna film 2 episodes,
Right.
so it'll be nice. So at least like the next couple.
Did I even say that? Did we even say that?
I think I did.
Yeah,
we were gonna
so
try to get ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna try to pre-film and then
Should I pack another outfit? Should we like?
Yeah, we're gonna trick
like
you guys. We're gonna change.
Change my outfit, change my hair.
At least you'll have a different little look for fun. Just change your
That's
sweatshirt.
so funny, dude. That's so extra of us. I don't know, sometimes I just like being extra.
Yeah, and then 2 outfits. Sometimes I'm like, what outfit do I want the pod to see today?
When literally every time I'm just wearing like a cozy outfit.
Half of them are listening and not even watching anyway.
Yeah, you're right. See, I like to watch my podcasts. But anyways, I guess I should stop yapping. Ooh. I feel like the last thing that we need to talk about is Tate McRae's new album.
We're loving.
I'm genuinely obsessed. Like I don't know that I have ever been this obsessed with an album in my entire life. Like it's not often that somebody comes out with music, a new album, and you like love every single song on it. Like that never happens to me. Like there might be a couple that I'm like, oh yeah, that's good. The rest, eh. This whole album is fire. It's so good. Like I could probably write an essay on how good this album is.
I'll probably get there soon. I have been busy, and then if I'm in the car, I'm like wanting to listen to an audiobook over music now. But
see, I'm like Tate McRae's new album over an audiobook.
Yeah, I've
That's where I'm
seen
at.
people say like they're struggling because they're putting this album above like all their other obsessions.
It's so good.
So I need to like sit down and like, for me to like really love music, I have to like connect to the lyrics. So like I have to like actually listen to the lyrics.
It's funny because I mean, a lot of her songs are about like boys, like
Yeah.
her last breakup. Even though
You're like happily married and
I'm literally married, I don't relate to these songs, but like she's just so passionate in her
Right.
music that like I feel what she's feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So like even though I'm not going through that, I'm like, yes, this is great. Like Purple
Yeah.
Lace Bra is
I feel
my
like that's
favorite
with
song on the album.
almost any other like artist and song too. Like I'm like jamming along with it because it's so good, even though I'm like in a happy relationship.
I'm totally out of the loop on Tate McRae. Well, or I was until like 2 weeks ago. I had no idea that she was dating the Kid Leroy. I freaking love the Kid Leroy. I've been listening to his music. I love him. So now that I know they're together, I'm like, this
Even
is
better.
iconic. This is beautiful. And then they have a song together on her new album. Oh, you have got to watch the video, the music video to that song. They do it in like it's called like a photo booth. It's like with the iPhone photo booth. It's the cutest, just sweetest little video.
Oh,
you need to watch it.
So I actually have seen Tate before.
This is wild.
It was before she like blew up. It was like this little concert at a bar, pretty much. I met her, and like there was like maybe 20 people in there, like not that
is
many
mind-boggling. Imagine Tate McRae only having 20 people listening to her sing.
It was before she was like super big, and I'm pretty sure it was like the first, if not one of the first times she had sang that like Rubber Band song. Like I hadn't heard that song before. It was like all her older music, obviously, and she's dancing, and like I like fell in love with her right there. But yeah, I got to talk to her a little bit. It was really cool, and like I'm not playing this cool. Like I was fangirling, like very hardcore.
Didn't she say you were pretty?
Yeah, she called me pretty.
Tate McRae calling someone pretty, that is like the best compliment, because she is so
she's
beautiful.
Gorgeous, and I'm like
so
sitting there
beautiful.
like, this is crazy. Like you're my age, and like you're just a person. Like it's not like that crazy. But I don't like fangirl that much. Like I try not to idolize people that much, but gosh, I was like starstruck. I was like, I have no words for you. You're so beautiful. Like,
yeah, like she's younger than me. I mean, not by I'm 22, but Tate McRae's 21. Just like picturing how successful she is. Like she's
Yeah.
on #1 charts on everything. Like she has completely like blown up over
It's
this album.
crazy.
I'm like, to be that successful at age 21 is just really like that's just cool. Like there's really no
Yeah.
other word.
I love her. She's awesome. And I mean, like, I really appreciate the fact that I love dance. I grew up in dance. The fact that she's a dancer and a singer and like, you know, like
Which
she's
is
into
why
all
we
this
have to
other
go to
stuff.
her concert.
Yeah.
We have to go.
So that's kind of what we're segueing into. We really are trying to get tickets to her concert right
Yeah.
now.
We're gonna go. And at book
So-
club we discovered that Lauren also wants to go. Her and her sister do.
Yeah.
So I think that we're gonna try to get 4 tickets together.
Yeah. It'll be so fun.
I'm so excited. I used to go to a concert every year for my birthday. For a while that was just like kind of what I did, but I haven't been to a concert in a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite ones were always concerts that had more than just singing. Like
Right, like they need to.
so now,
I will say, like, I went to a Morgan Wallen concert last year, and I like his music. I love him and his music and stuff, but guys, please don't come for me. It was probably the worst concert I've been to
probably
ever.
boring.
He just sang, and he had like his red solo cup and was just singing, and like he didn't talk to the audience. That was the other thing. He didn't talk to us. And his openers were like better than him.
Oh, that's brutal.
Because they were like talking. Like it honestly, I could have just listened to the live versions of his music. I paid a lot of money to be there. And then it was really freezing. It was outdoors, so it was kind of miserable too. And like I like we were all feeling like nauseous and like we didn't really get good seats either. So like all of those are factors, but like he just sang song after song. He didn't like talk to us. There was no like transition. There was no I mean, I know he's a guy, but like there was no any like choreography to anything. Like it just didn't flow. It was just like literally just one song after the other. So I was like, I don't know. I didn't like it. I felt like it was a waste of my money. But like
that sucks.
To be fair, like I did go see Taylor Swift this year. Like you're not really gonna top that concert. It's a production. And then like there's
I'm glad you brought up Taylor Swift because I fear that Tate McRae is my Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I'm not a Swiftie. I'm just not. I like some of her music. And a couple of her songs made it in like my wedding. Like my first dance song was Lover.
Yeah.
So I don't not listen to her, but I'm not a Swiftie. I am 100% a Tate McRae fan. Like she is like my Taylor Swift.
had never really I liked Sabrina Carpenter, but I'd never really like loved her. And then she came out with the new album and stuff, and I barely listened to it and stuff. And then I got really obsessed with her new album. Like really obsessed. I love every single song.
You are Sabrina Carpenter, like
so core. Yeah, and then
you kind of look like her.
So that was the other concert I went to last year. I literally on a whim, the day of the concert, I didn't have tickets. I drove up. It was her last show, which I didn't realize that because tickets were expensive. And
that
anyway,
was a whole debacle.
It was a long thing. I can go into that forever. We don't have time for that right now. But I got floor tickets. It was my first concert on the floor. I went there by myself on the floor.
I don't know that I would ever do
it
that.
Was amazing though.
Really?
It was amazing. And like there was this girl next to me who like she was like pregnant. She was like, you know, this is like my little treat to myself. And she was like she told me like she had just got tickets a few days ago and she came by herself, so me and her were just jamming out together. So it was fun. It was nice.
Love that.
I have her phone number still.
Oh.
Yeah, and we like follow each other on Instagram. So
has she had her baby yet?
No, she's still pregnant.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she had like just found out she was pregnant. She might be like due by now. I don't know how long it's been actually.
Anyways,
was that
I'm
October?
So excited. Like that's just gonna be a fun little trip for us. And
yeah,
like I'm so excited to see her dancing too. Like I think it's gonna be a good production all around.
Yeah.
Like I think it's gonna be a really amazing concert. I think my favorite concert I ever went to though was Justin Bieber. It was his Purpose World Tour.
Oh.
There was so much just like performing in that.
Yeah.
Like I remember there was this gigantic trampoline that came down from the ceiling of this stadium, and him and all of his backup dancers got up on the trampoline and were like doing flips and dance. Like it was so fun to watch. Like that's what I love about a concert is like it's not just singing. I like a production.
The Taylor Swift concert is a whole production. That was
I think, and I was really fascinated with her while she was on tour. Like I was keeping up with all that on TikTok and watching the shows, even though I'm not a Swiftie. But it was just such an elaborate production.
Yeah,
like it was really iconic.
Yeah. I also got to see Olivia Rodrigo last year, and that was really good too.
I bet that was good.
I swear, I never went to concerts that much growing up. Like, I'd only gone if I was invited. Like, I was lucky enough to go see like Ariana Grande with a friend, and like I saw Shawn Mendes, and some other concerts and stuff. But like last year, I went to so many concerts. And then this is crazy. So, Tyler Childers is like one of my favorite singers. And it was kind of crazy because I guess he's from Lexington. I think that's, yeah, it was in Lexington where we saw the concert.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the Olivia Rodrigo concert. Anyway, she brought him all on stage and they sang together on stage.
Stop.
What a weird crossover that was. He sang one song and then he left. Like, he didn't talk or anything.
Tell me why.
They sang like All Yourn, that song, and I was like baffled. I felt like I imagined it.
I am hoping and praying that by some miracle
That's never happened to me.
the kid
like,
Leroy
gets to come on this.
gets to
yeah.
come on tour with her to sing that song. If I got to see that in person, I would die.
You just simply pass away.
I would pass away. I'm like,
yeah,
I know that's probably not gonna happen, but like,
it's crazy. I saw pretty much every one of like my favorite singers last year, and I actually tried to get tickets to Tyler Childers and couldn't. Like, they were expensive, and then like it just like the dates and all that stuff.
that's why I don't go to concerts anymore. They're so outrageous to me.
Right, they are.
Like, I mean, I know these people are famous, but like, I find concerts to be genuine highway robbery.
I honestly
outrageous.
think it's like one thing to sell a ticket for that much, but the other thing is the fees that you have.
Yes,
Over $100 extra on top of whatever
and then
ticket price you're
also,
getting.
there are so many people going to these concerts.
Yeah.
Like, and we're paying $300-$400 for one singular ticket.
Right.
Add that up with the amount of people that are going. That is like a massive amount of money, and like I find that a little disturbing.
The big thing that I am upset with the fees is like, clearly if you have that many people coming, they're gonna buy drinks, they're gonna buy food. If you have alcohol there, they are all over it. You will more than pay for those.
Yeah.
Utility fees or cleaning, whatever it is. Like, I don't understand where all these fees come from, but you would more than pay for that.
And like, I thought all that stuff was included in a ticket price.
They should be.
They should be, because yeah, you're paying the artist to like, perform, but also you're paying the stadium.
Yeah. And
Like,
like
why should
upkeep for the venue and the staff for the day, but like
yeah,
that many people, they are 100% marked up way too much. Like, that's
yeah,
ridiculous.
I could probably rant about that for a long time, but I totally agree.
So
Yeah.
but we're gonna go to TBR and it's gonna be good, and
Yeah.
we're gonna try to get some decently priced tickets, hopefully. So
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Ugh, I feel like I have to go, because I just haven't really been into like an artist or music like this in a really long time. So I'm
Yeah.
like, this is I think this is the time that I buy a concert ticket finally.
that's how I felt about Sabrina. Like, yes, I like Taylor Swift and stuff too. I don't keep up with everything. Like, I mean, I do feel like I'm like a Swiftie, but like I don't keep up with everything.
The hardcore Swifties freak me out. Like, that is a cult. If you
It
are
does get
genuinely that
crazy.
obsessed with somebody, you have a problem. And I'm sorry if you take offense.
That was the
Hardcore
other.
Swifties freak me out. I'm like, she's just a person. She's literally just a
Well, that's
woman.
what I was even saying about like Tate. I was like, I try not to like idolize people and stuff, but I did get really obsessed with like Sabrina's and it's not even them as a person, it's just their music. That's what I like. I like their music. I
Yeah.
like their songs. It's not them as a person. Honestly, I don't know like anything about Taylor Swift as a person, so like,
Some hardcore Swifties know everything about her, though, and that's
Yeah.
what I find freaky.
So like if I say I love Taylor Swift, it's like I love her music and
Yeah.
stuff. I don't know her as a person. Even the stuff on social media, like that's not like her who she is.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Sabrina. I barely know anything about her, but I love her music. So I'm like, yeah, I love Sabrina.
Mhm.
I love her voice, her music, her singing. And her concert was amazing. And it was a bit of a production. Like, she has like the little costume. She does a little bit of acting. She obviously has an acting background, And her little dances are so
See, I
cute.
don't know much about her. I do like a couple of her songs.
I mean, I
but
used to
bet
watch her
concerts
on
would be
like
really
Disney,
good.
like Girl Meets World, stuff like that. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, she was in acting. She was a Disney star before she was like singer.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. See, I don't keep up
Yeah.
with like Hollywood. Like, it just like,
I mean, but
Well, not Hollywood.
I
I
grew
just
up
don't-
watching her on Disney, so
yeah, I just don't keep up with like famous people,
yeah.
like actors, singers. I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah, I think again with like Tate McRae, I really listened to her music before she was like that popular too. So like
That's how
it was kind of weird because like I've literally listened to her from day one.
And
I
you
remember
have a picture with her. That's so iconic.
from years ago. And then like I remember like I remember listening to her before it like got out. I forget what platform it was. It might have been like a YouTube something. Like I remember like listening to like one of her first songs and I was like I mean you were playing all her old music today and I was like I used to cry over this in middle school. I loved this song.
Yeah, you did keep
in
saying
middle
that.
school. So like I don't know. Love her. I'm excited. It'll be fun. So that wraps up our podcast. We did go on some side tangents, but like, when do we not? So
Yeah, we're always yapping. We did pretty good though. We've been filming for an hour and 17 minutes. I feel like that's pretty good.
yeah, and I'll probably cut out like 17 minutes of it. So
Yeah,
probably be an hour long pod.
perfect.
And next week, just keep in mind, I guess we're double filming on Sunday.
Yeah, so next week's episode will definitely not be up on Sunday.
No, we'll double film on Sunday.
Yeah, so until we're able to like really nail down a schedule and get ahead,
mm-hmm.
the episodes they've been inconsistent. We did good for the first few weeks, but then
I mean, it got busy. The turnaround time wasn't working for me, so this will hopefully make us consistent. Yeah. Hopefully next week will be the last week we're like not posting on our date that we said. So yeah. But yeah, we'll get them posted on Saturdays now, or yeah, Saturdays works.
Yeah, I think that'll be good.
Right.
Okay.
So it's kind of a day up for you guys, but you have to give us a little bit of lag time to get caught up.
We're just girls.
Yeah.
Just a girl in the world, man. We don't know what we're doing.
A busy girl over here.
We're just trying to have a fun little podcast hobby.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks for bearing with us. And by the way, a little shout out to I don't know her name, but the girl who posted our podcast on her Instagram.
Oh gosh. I almost cried.
Yeah.
I
am honored to be like on that list.
I feel like we need to shout her out. Will you go find that?
Yes, I will.
I just randomly got on our Lace with Lit account and saw that somebody made a post featuring our podcast. She posted her top 5 favorite bookish podcasts.
It's reads.with.rosebud on Instagram. And she's from Tennessee, which my family's from Tennessee.
Oh.
It has my heart.
It was
5
so
favorite
sweet.
bookish podcasts, and we were featured on there.
And she made like a cute little photo for each one, like
I mean
that featured the podcast Instagram feed and like their 3 most recent episodes and like the titles. Like it was just really cute, and it was just special because I was like, there are people that actually listen to this, like, and the people
outside of our like hometown, like ugh.
So crazy.
She said, every week I always look forward to listening to these bookish podcasts. Whether I'm on my way to work early in the morning or just cleaning around my place, I always love listening to podcasts, especially bookish ones. Do you like listening to podcasts? If so, what are your favorites? Like, are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
And we're like on the list. Like,
so shout out to Reads with Rosebud.
Yes. And she's so cute. Like, we followed her. So
I followed her immediately. I was like, stop. I love that. Thank you for featuring us.
So sweet. Like,
that made my week.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. So if you're listening, hey girl.
Hey, thanks for posting us. Like, we're so excited about that.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Anyway, this was episode 9. We're almost 10 episodes in.
I know, this is crazy.
I'm so excited and happy that like we had this idea and it's just
and we've actually stuck to it.
Done. Yeah,
we brought it to life and we've kept up with it.
Yeah, and we're both like prioritizing it, and then like people like out in the world are actually picking it up and enjoying it. That's just
the craziest
so
part.
Amazing. And
like Spotify sent us our like monthly wraps, like
stats.
Analytic, like the stats, and I was like, oh my gosh,
yeah,
that many people listen, like that many hours of listening time.
That's amazing. So
yeah, it's really cool.
Thank you guys. We like could never be more grateful, and yeah, the more we do this, we'll have more giveaways and stuff like that. Like we are actually so honored and blessed, and just want to give back to you guys too. So that's amazing.
So thanks, guys.
Thanks.
And we'll see you in like a week and a half, maybe,
for episode 10. Just bear with us. We're gonna get on a consistent schedule for you guys. It'll be much better.
Yep.
For everyone.
So thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you soon.
Bye.